Last night I had some KFC, and shall we say, it was fine? So, this motivated me to talk a little about my opinions on KFC food, what I like and don't like about it. Where I live right now, there are only a few choices of fast food available. There's obviously KFC, but there's also McDonald's, Subway, Five Guys, and that's basically it, I think. I know, not very exciting. Oh yeah, did I mention I don't really trust my taste palette? I found that what I like, a lot of people don't, so this is probably going to be the most inaccurate food list like ever. So let's start with the basics. Fries. I've always found that KFC fries are very inconsistent. To be fair, they are slightly more consistent than McDonald's fries from my experience, but not by much. On a good day, these fries are like a B tier, but on a bad day, you can get dry or soggy fries, which are the worst, by the way. Those can range from C tier all the way to E tier, which is pretty much inedible. So let's just take the average and say maybe C tier for KFC fries. Chicken fillets from KFC have been quite consistent for me, which I like. I feel that a meal is dependent on a couple of sampling parameters like taste, consistency, and price, probably. So that's why you might hear me talk a lot about consistency. It's not about the best chicken fillet they can make, but the average one. Anyway, the point is, chicken fillets are quite good, but it's also not very exciting for me. I think popcorn chicken suffers from the same issue, except that it's softer and, well, worse. Either way, B tier for chicken fillet and C tier for popcorn chicken. Disclaimer, by the way, I do think popcorn chicken can be quite good, just not from the KFC where I am. They're too mushy. Oh yeah, I would say that KFC chicken pieces are A- tier. I haven't been to anywhere else that can consistently make better fried chicken pieces, I don't think, especially not at the same price. I do know that in America, apparently, there are places which are comparable, but unfortunately, we aren't as lucky here in the UK. Sauces are where things get a little disappointing. I feel that all the sauces were created by someone who was given descriptions of what a sauce needs to taste like without actually being allowed to taste it themselves. In essence, the KFC mayonnaise, ketchup, barbecue, and especially sweet chili are categorically worse than Heinz alternatives. So, in my opinion, all these sauces, unfortunately, D tier. Sides from KFC are impressive. So quickly, in ascending order, corn B tier, beans A tier, southern rice could be bigger since it's a tiny portion. I mean, how much does rice really cost? But still A tier. Gravy S tier. I don't think I've ever had gravy in a restaurant with as good gravy as KFC. Really big variance on gravy from other places. I don't know why people always make the really watery gravies at home. Maybe this is a UK thing. I have no idea. Off topic, but I would rank British school gravies at like E tier. Honestly, it might as well be water with added salt. Next up are the creamy mash and coleslaw. I've had them in the distant past and I didn't really like them. I think that's more of a me problem though, because I've never really liked coleslaw in the past and it wouldn't be my first choice. So I'm sorry, but C tier for me. I think I may upset some people with my view on burgers. For the most part, KFC burgers are fine. My main problem is that they're mostly the same. In my opinion, the worst burger is probably the fillet burger. It's basically a chicken fillet with one slice of lettuce inside. I mean, literally one slice. Honestly, I don't know if there are many burger places that can get away with so little. I mean, I understand that some people want a very simple burger, but it's not for me. If they had some tomatoes and some other stuff inside, I'd like to give them much more, but it's just lettuce and mayo. So C- tier, especially when they overcook and it becomes very dry, and this happens quite often at KFC. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Zinger burger is the exact same thing as the fillet burger except it's spicy. Although for some reason, the Zinger just tastes so much better overall, so B tier, but it's still not exciting enough, I think, to be higher. The Zinger Tower, on the other hand, is much more interesting. It has a hash brown and cheese, and this makes all the difference. The only downside is that it's quite tall, making it difficult to eat, and it sort of falls apart after a few bites. But you know what? I think it's still an A tier. I don't know how controversial this claim will be, but I think the KFC wraps are much better made than their burgers. One of the main reasons for me is because if you reheat a wrap, it's generally much nicer than reheating a burger. Reheated burgers are not very nice. Now, if you're wondering why I'd reheat a burger, a fair question to ask, by the way, it's because there's a minimum delivery fee where I am, so I always end up having to order 2 meals. I think I've ordered all the standard wraps before from KFC, but for whatever reason, I can never really decipher the big differences between them, as they always taste quite similar to me. Sure, one might be a tiny bit more spicy, another might have lettuce in, but they're all kind of very similar tasting. Nevertheless, I do really like them though, so a strong A tier for all the wraps from me. People have all sorts of different opinions on rice, but I think getting it cooked properly is actually quite difficult. I think it's either too hard or too soft, or it's been cooked for too long, or it's too dry, all sorts of problems. So if I could grade rice boxes based on the rice alone from KFC, it would be like an S- tier. Funnily enough, the rice boxes with chicken pieces are always quite big, in the sense that there's too much chicken and not enough salad. Am I being too picky perhaps? They have like massive chunks of chicken, but tiny bits of salad. Unless, of course, you order the vegetarian salad, which I like. There are a lot of these rice boxes, by the way. Original recipe, Zinger rice box, fillet salad, veggie rice box, and plain salad, and maybe more I can't remember. In fact, there's such a minor difference between most of the rice boxes, they might as well be the same thing. Still though, I would give A tier for the rice boxes, slightly above the wraps. I think at this point we should give a shout out to the ice creams, the vegan burgers, the cookies, which are all like solid B tier. They're alright, but not the best thing in the world. And a final shout out to obviously the best thing on the whole menu, the hot wings, by the way, obviously S+ tier. There aren't really many wings which are better than KFC spicy wings, except like maybe Korean fried chicken, and you'd have to be very selective on where you order that from. So to me, along with gravy, are the reasons why I order KFC in the first place. And that's it. Everything that's available in the standard UK KFC menu, I think. Please let me know if I've missed anything. Bye!